Alright, so tulad ng sabi ko sa inyo, we we're done with the object-oriented na parang fundamentals like inheritance, object, ito yan, no? So ito yan. So how to work with constructor. It's a ECMAScript 5. Tapos we're done with a prototype on how to create a prototype using ECMAScript 5 na constructor. Tapos we discuss also the built-in constructor sa loob ng JavaScript. And then inheritance, on how to create an inheritance. Tapos we do discuss the classes. Okay, so kung paano na process and kung paano natin i-turn yung classes o yung constructor into classes, which is ES6 classes. So na-discuss na natin yun. And now we're going to create another folder, okay? So that organize siya, no? So OOP pa rin. So is OOP dash, lagyan natin siya ng project. Right? So yung purpose nito is to lahat nung natutunan natin for the past lesson, gagamitin natin siya. Kasi syempre dito puro lang to puro iko-console lang natin and parang hindi natin makita yung pinaka-actual kung paano nagwo-work siya. So by doing this project, medyo mas maiintindihan nyo kung paano nag-work si object-oriented programming or OOP. So we're going to use uh, materialize for the UI tapos baka mag-classes tayo. Alright, so let's create a two file. So this one is that index.html file and let's create a I think lagyan natin siya ng model. Oops. Baka doon napunta. So dito model.js. Alright, so we're going to use MVC, no? And controller.js. So yung purpose ng MVC, oops, parang nasa loob siya, dapat nandun siya sa move natin siya with the OOP para organize, no? So yung purpose nun is MVC, it's a model. So yung model siya yung pinaka gagamitan natin siya ng object constructor kung ano yung mangyayari. Tapos yung controller siya yung taga-trigger para ma-access niya yung model. Tapos yung view siya yung makikita ng user. Siya yung i-render natin dun sa website natin or dun sa browser. Okay? So ang tawag dun is MVC or Model View Controller. So we're going to start from scratch, no? So I'm going to use emmet exclamation point. So I'm using I already added a HTML5 boilerplate. So nandito yung mga kailangan kapag gagawa kayo ng isang website or web application. Alright, so in this case, pangalanan ko lang ito ng BookList. Alright, so yung small project na gagawin natin, it will be a BookList. Alright, so ngayon, I'm going to use materialize for the UI. No? So let's say yung gagawin nyo, no? Diba meron kayong institutional assessment and you're going to build a project. So ganito yung gagawin. So syempre, you need to have a HTML for the UI. Okay, so I'm going to use materialize for dependency para mas madali yung pag-create natin ng user interface. So I will click this get started. Okay, so I'm going to use the CDN or content delivery network. So I'm going to copy this line of code. Right, siya yung compiled and minified CSS natin so that we can able to use the components of materialize, no? So instead of custom CSS mo, pagandahin mo siya and it will take time. So using the compiled and minified CSS, you were able to use the existing components. So kapag sinabing components, yun na yung mga available na naka-design na. Ayusin nyo na lang. Alright, and of course, I need to have a compiled and minified JavaScript. Alright, kasi para dun sa interactive components, like for example, kailangan ko ng modal or kapag pinindot ko yung button ko, merong nagwo-waves effect. So it's a part of compiled and minified CSS. Alright, so right after that, since Si Materialize is, ang dependency niya is jQuery para at least magamit natin na maayos yung components ng JavaScript is kailangan natin ng jQuery library. So, saan siya makukuha? So, let's just head over to this, jQuery CDN. Okay. So, ibig sabihin ng CDN, it's a Content Delivery Network. So, ibig sabihin lahat ng mga uh, methods niya and so on, no, is magagamit natin. So, ito yun, minified. So, let's just grab this one, copy or click this icon, copy to clipboard. Then, let's just create a comment. Lagay natin dito is jQuery CDN. Alright, or Content Delivery Network. So, let's paste this one. Alright, so now we are ready to have a code, no, using HTML with a class of Materialize. I think siguro kailangan pa rin natin ng icon na dito na link, no, para at least kung sakaling gamitin natin yung material icon, we can able to use those material icons. So by getting this link, alright. So ito yung usage to be able to use this icon. You must include this line in the head tags portion of the HTML code. So basically, the good thing about the documentation is tinuturo niya sa iyo kung paano. So para daw magamit natin itong mga to. So in case lang, no, kailanganin ko. So much better kung nandito na rin siya. Lagay ko dito is material icons. And then paste in. Alright. Oops. Ano nangyari? Alright, good. So, I think hindi ko naman kakailanganin ng font awesome, pero kung sakali, sige, ilagay na rin natin siya. So, parang ano na rin to, no, recap, no, para at saka kung sakali na magbubuo kayo ng from scratch, ito yung mga kailangan na. Alright, so it's a font awesome. So, make sure na you have a credential kasi ako kapag click ko to, nababasa na ng browser ko, which is Google Chrome, na meron akong credential from font awesome. Hindi ko nila-log out. Alright, so finally wait for mag-load yung font awesome natin. Ayan. So ito yung makikita niyo sa font awesome. Kung wala pa kayong credential, so you should sign in. Or no, not to sign in, but sign up. But ako, kapag click ko tong icon na to, I have a credential na. So I need to go to kits para makuha ko yung credential ko. After the kits, meron ito yung number na to, no? So kapag click ko yan, nandiyan yung credential ko. So let's wait for that. So ayan, this one, no? As you can see, I have, ayan, sabi niya, add your kids code to a project so that I can able to use their font awesome. So in case lang na kailanganin ko, so ilagay ko na rin siya. So I will copy. So you can ano ba to? Highlights this one and Command C or Control C for PC, or you can easily click this copy kid code. Alright? So, para na-copy na rin sa clipboard mo. So, lagay natin siya dun sa project natin katulad ni material icons. So, lagay natin dito is font awesome. Para at least alam natin kung para saan yung ginagawa natin or itong mga line of code na to. Font awesome. And then, let's paste this one. Alright. So, I think we are ready to codes materialize or kung ano pa kasi lahat na nung kailangan natin is nandito na sa index.html natin. Alright. So, first, ang gagawin natin is we're going to create a division as a class of container. Alright. So, yung container, it's a class ni materialize. Alright. Then, I wanted to have an h1. Okay. Yung h1, I wanted to be a gray dash text. So, lagay natin dito, add book. Alright. So, right after the h1, I'm going to create a form. Alam naman natin yung form, meron siyang class of input dash field. Right? And lagyan natin siya ng ID of book form. Alright. So, we don't need a action. It's a pwedeng gamitan ng back-end, no? Pero as of the moment, it's a front-end development. So we're going to create a division, no? Na merong child of label. Alright. And no, I think yung form natin without, I think this one, no? This class input field is supposedly para siya kay division. Alright. So I think first we need to just add this one. Okay, so division as a class of, oops, mali. Class input field. Sorry, class of input dash field. Alright, so it's a class, no? Alright, so ang meron lang si form is book form. Alright, and then right after that input field, we're going to have a label. Right, yung label natin will be a nakalagay title. Right, so title. So since para kay title, this label is for title. Tapos lagay tayo dito na input para mag-input field tayo dito. Then lagyan natin siya ng ID of title. Right. So it's here, okay lang na text, no? Check natin kung ano yung output natin dito. So open it with live server. Ayan. So this is our UI, no? So gusto natin kapag nag-input tayo dito ng title, so makukuha natin yung data. So with that, after that input field, no, kailangan ko pa ng siguro author. So I'm going to copy this input field. Siguro ilang 1, 2, tatlo lang, no? So tatlo, no? So yung title, change natin to into author, right? So author. Oops, author. So change ko this one into uppercase na author. So yung text natin na type is still fine, pero yung part ng title or an ID, I think it's the author. So then the last one will be instead of title, change natin siya with the ISBN, so or a unique ID of the author, right? So this one is still a text, that's fine. However, the ID will be ISBN, right? So this one, kapag chinek natin, we have a title, author, and ISBN. Okay. So yun yung gusto natin mangyari. So using Materialize, medyo mas madali kagad yung pag-develop natin ng small application natin na UI. Alright, so after the form, this one, okay, this is the structure. I'm going to use table. So alam nyo naman, yung table natin, maganda kagad kahit without a class, no? So let's just add it t-head. So t-head has a child of tr, right? And yung tr natin, lagyan natin siya ng child of th. Yung th natin gusto ko tatlo. So asterisk 3. So ito na yun. Right? So we have the table and t-head with a tr or table row and th. So yung th is a table heading. Alright. So yung heading natin, so for example, lagyan natin dito title. Alright, a title, author, an author, and ISBN. So para sa ID. And then let's create another th without a text node or a value. Alright, so save this one. So yan, meron na tayong title, author, and ISBN. Kasi ang gagawin natin application is once we just add here, for example, title ng book. No? So let's see, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Right. Right. So let's say sino yung author? Si Robert Kiyosaki. Okay. So Robert. Yan. Tapos yung ID niya, let's say 1, 2, 3 asterisk hashtag. So in case lang, no? So we're going to add a button. Alright. Na kapag in-enter natin, lahat ng data natin mapupunta sa title, which is yung title, papunta sa title, yung author papunta dito sa author, and yung ISBN number is mapupunta dito sa ISBN. So this one is just a structure without a JavaScript codes. hindi to magiging kahit kailan interactive. Medyo mas maganda lang yung tsura niya, decent, because we're using Materialize or other framework ng CSS, pero hindi siya pa rin magiging interactive. That's the difference, no? So, ang gagawin natin, we're going to put a t-body, kasi yung t-body siya yung value. So, t-body. Alright, so t-body has an ID of a book list. This. Alright, kasi technically, dito natin ilalagay kung ano yung i-input natin dito. Alright, so kung ano yung input natin, i-append natin dito sa t-body natin. Alright, na pwede tayong mag-create din dito. Let's say, ito yung hard-coded. So let's say, ang ano neto, ang title neto, let's say, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Alright, si Robert Kiyosaki. So, ang hirap spelling nun. So, lagay ko na Robert. Tapos yung ID niya will be 1, 2, 3, for example. So, ang mangyayari dyan, ganito yung magiging layout niya. Alright, pero this one is just a, hard-coded. Tama? This one is just a hard-coded eh. We wanted to, ang gusto natin, kung ano, kahit ano yung input ni user, is mapupunta dito. So, by using those, yung mga natutunan natin, we're going to use classes or object-oriented programming para ma-practice natin with the fundamentals and DOM manipulation. You were able to manipulate the DOM with the class na para ma-practice natin lahat ng natutunan natin at maging application yung ginagawa natin. Alright, so I think meron tayong kulang dito. So, sa loob ng form, we need to have a input para sa button. So, input is a class of btn kasi input field, we wanted to be a btn. Alright? Tapos, yung type natin will be submit. Alright? So, save natin to. Check natin. So that we can have a submit button dito sa form natin. Okay. Alright, so mamaya lalagyan natin siya ng event listener. Alright, so I think ang kulang pa natin. So this one, since this one is the HTML structure, tapos we're using Materialize, kailangan natin ng script tag dito. Alright, so script with the source of controller. Bakit hindi niya nababasa? Controller.js, ayan. Alright, so basically dito tayo mag-create ng codes. So parang siya yung app.js natin, and I think we need to change this one to type module. Alright, so para dito yung model. So I wanted to be organized this line of code. Okay, so dito yung classes, dito yung mga event listener, at saka yung taga-trigger. Alright, so I hope that this one is clear, guys. So technically, kapag magbubuo rin kayo ng mga project nyo, ganito yung gagawin natin. So I will tanggalin ko to kasi this one is just an example, no? Kung paano natin i-structure. So every time na kapag nag-input tayo dito, kapag sinubmit natin, dun siya mapupunta. And right now, nothing happened until mag-codes tayo sa JavaScript codes natin. Alright? So I'm going to cut this lesson para at least dun sa ano natin, sa video recorded natin, naka-organize tayo. So this one is only for a UI for your BookList project ng OOP. Alright?